Home fans find their voice. Rias just inside the penalty area, goes back towards Andre Ers to shoot. Low one and it's safe. And the rebound is poked in. And we're all square again. Once again, it is a follow-up that's been turned in. Strand Larsen this time. Graham Potter's right on the edge of his technical area. He can sense things are starting to unravel here. Strand Larsen combines with Arias who shoots. Chechua picks up the rebound right side of the penalty area. In comes the cross. Strand Larsen! And Wolves are in front again. Late in this game. More slack defending from the Hammers.
Well, that was the game between West Ham United and Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Carabao Cup. Well, it also shows that one man can be the first manager to be fired as a coach in England. Well, Carabao Cup game decided last night. Wolverhampton Wanderers coming from a 2-goal down against West Ham United to win 3-2. My name is Oladakwa Okunibi. You're welcome to Kickoff Sports Show this morning, and we'll be looking at the stories making around the world of sports, not only football. But now let's start with tennis. Well, it was a tough one for the likes of Kickoff, likes of Zverev, but they went all the way to pick necessary wins at the ongoing US Open. Now let's take you straight to some of the reactions on some of the players as we also look at some of the results that came in the wee hours of today, looking at the ATP category and the WTA category of the US Open. Jacob Federle in the wee hours of today, Tommy Paul, including Alexander Zverev, recorded wins to move to the next round. Tommy Paul defeated Elmar Mola 6-3, 6-3, 6-1 as Jacob Federle edged Roberto Bautista got 7-5, 6-2, 5-7, 6-4. For Zverev, it was an easy ride for him against Alejandro Tabilo, winning 6-2, 7-6, 6-4. But for Zverev, he was the happiest man in the wee hours of today.
Yeah, no, it's great to see the love for tennis in New York every single year. I mean, it's almost 1 a.m. and it's a Tuesday, you know, it's not a Saturday night. So thanks for everybody that stayed. I mean, Coco had a fantastic match. So, you know, to be honest, I would have gone home after that match myself. But, you know, it's great to start a tournament with a night session on Arthur Ashe Stadium, the biggest stadium that we have in the world. And, you know, I'm looking forward to Thursday already. Yeah, it wasn't great at times, to be very honest, but, you know, I'm through. I won in straight sets. That's the most important thing. It also is very important that I'm finishing at 1 a.m. and not at 3 a.m., let's say, on the first day already. Just looking ahead to the tournament with fatigue and, you know, but of course, there's a lot to build still. There's a lot to improve, and as I said, I'm looking forward to Thursday night already.
Well, Alexander Zverev there with his speech following the victory over Alejandro Tabilo. Well, for other players, the scheduled to play today in the US Open men's category, Jerem Kime will take on Brandon Nakashima, Thomas Echeverry against Jiri Lehecka, Zaharis Vajda against Novak Djokovic. That is going down by 4:30 today. And looking at other games scheduled for today, 8 p.m., Frances Tiafoe will take on Martin Dam, Jordan Thompson against Andre Manarino. And the last game for today, 10 o'clock, we'll see Olga Rune against Jan-Lennard Struff. Now away from the ATP of the US Open, let's look at what went down in the wee hours of today in the WTA category, where we had different winners and, well, shocking results for some, if you call that. It was Naomi Osaka, Coco Gauff, Anastasia Zakharova recording wins in their games. Naomi Osaka defeated great Minen 6-3, 6-4. Very easy. I think a psychologist has been working to help her as Coco Gauff struggled in the game against Aja Tomljanovic, winning 6-4, 6-7, 7-5, meaning she dropped a set. Here is Coco Gauff speaking.
When I said that, I was referring more to the practice week, not the match. I mean, the match it is what it was. I'm so used to these long battles. But yeah, the practice week, it was tough because I was spending a lot of time on court, literally serving until like my shoulder was hurting. And yeah, it's just tough. I think, you know, I feel like it's in the right direction. And I think for me is trying not to go back to old habits in those like tighter moments. And I think I did that today, especially in the third set. But Yeah, I know when I did this, I was not gonna like maybe serve the best. But I don't know. I just felt like I don't want to waste any more time. Like if I could have worked with Gavin earlier, I would have. But obviously he was on the team with another player. And so I was just like, I have no chance. And then he magically became available. And yeah, I knew I had to make a quick decision because I knew he would be pretty sought out after. And yeah, this was what it was. And yeah, I think hopefully this time next year I'll be serving much better.
Let us hope that she can serve better. But now let's look at other games scheduled for today. 4 p.m. Emma Navarro will take a Kati McNally as Emma Raducanu will be in action by 4 o'clock as well against Gianni Setijan. Victoria Azarenka will be up against Anastasia Pafuchenkova as Anna Blinkova battles Jessica Pegula by 6:30 p.m. Mira Andreeva will be the last player playing today against Anastasia Potapova. Away from that, now for Venus Williams, she lost in the first round of the US Open in the WTA category. Now she has been given a wild card into doubles. Venus Williams will compete in the women's doubles at the US Open after being awarded a wild card with Canada's Leila Fernandez. At the age of 45, Williams returned to her home Grand Slam tournament for a record-extending 25th time earlier this week. She exited the singles in a gallant first-round defeat by Czech 11th seed Karolina Muchova on Monday, but will return to the Flushing Meadows court with Fernandez, 23 years her junior. So meaning Venus Williams has been playing before they give birth to her doubles colleague, that is Karolina Muchova. Leila Fernandez. So meaning Leila Fernandez was far, either in the womb or even before she was in the heaven when Venus Williams started playing. So let us see how experience will count. Well, remember, did we face 6 seeds Ludmila Kicheneko of Ukraine and Australian Ellen Perez in the first round. Remember, Williams won the US Open doubles title in 1999 and 2009, both with younger sister Serena, who is not even closer to returning to tennis. Now, moving away from tennis this morning, let's talk NBA, where Cleveland Cavaliers guard Max Strus underwent surgery to repair a joint fractured in his left foot and will miss around 3 to 4 months. Strus suffered the injury, a break of the bones that connects the pinky toe to the base of the foot during the recent off-season workout. The Cavs said he's expected to return to basketball activities in 3 to 4 months. Now moving away from football, from tennis, let's go straight and talk football. Updates coming from the Nigeria Premier Football League, decision from the NPFL body, and updates we are also getting concerning the home ground of Kano Pillars, Bara FC and Abia Warriors. Still Kickoff Sports Show live on Solutions 93.9 FM. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Solutions 939 FM. Jump on these platforms, let us get your take. Remember, Rashidat Ajibade is now a Parisian. She's now with the PSG female team. Otubela Oluwaseun is a Chelsea fan. He's saying good morning, welcome on board. Well, you can also listen to us live on your radio set this morning. It is 93.9 FM. Do not go anywhere.
Sabi dribble, but you no fit dribble past malaria if you no use insecticide treated nets. Malaria dey real o.
This message now from Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
show live on Solutions on 93.9 FM. My name is Oladapo Kudubi, and we're still live, and we're transmitting live from our house Solutions 93.9 FM 100 of Afemi. Lower Wheel Academy. Now let's talk about Nigeria Premier Football League updates. Where Nasarawa United forward Anas Yusuf and Remo Stars head coach Daniel Ogumodede will be honored by the Nigeria Premier Football League NPFL in Abuja next week Tuesday. Anas was top scorer in the NPFL last season with 17 goals. Ogumodede gathered Remo Stars to win the title in 2024-2025 season. NPFL chairman Benga Legbeleye said the gesture is pursuant to the board's policy to promote excellence through the reward. Alegbele said each of the award winners will be paid 1.5 million naira and also presented with a commemorative plaque. But the question is, how much is it going to cost Anas and Ogumodede to get to Abuja? Let's do the calculation of the transportation and how much they want to earn. Maybe they could have done that in one of the home games, present the checks, present the plaques, instead of coming to Abuja. I feel they have to look at the logistics here. But now let's talk about NPFL teams and the decision of the league body. Kano Pillars, Bara FC and Abia Warriors have been directed by the Nigeria Premier Football League NPFL to upgrade facilities at their home grounds. According to the league body, the pitch, dressing room facilities, technical benches and floodlights of the Sani Abacha Stadium Kano fall short of infrastructure criteria of club licensing. For Abia Warriors, the NPFL ruled that pitch needs regular maintenance to ensure it meets television standards. The clubs have also been directed to improve the playing surface or be ordered to play at an alternative ground. They have been directed to also install standard floodlights and put the dressing rooms and the technical benches in conducive condition. Remember, match day 2 games will be decided this weekend. Now, a quick look at the match day 2 games to be decided this weekend. But before that, remember, Nasarawa United will take on Niger Tornadoes today in the match day 1 rescheduled game. So let's keep our fingers crossed to see what happens. Remember, it was a difficult one for the likes of Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan, Katsina United, those who lost at home at the match day 1 fixture. Remember, 3 red cards were also dished out. Enyimba had a man sent off in their draw against Bara FC. El Kanemi Warriors had a man sent off, and the 2-0 victory against Bendel Insurance. Rivers United picking a point against the Remo Stars in Abeokuta also had a man sent off. So are we going to see more red cards or more away win or away draws this match day 2 or even the match day 1 rescheduled game? Now, looking at the match day 2 fixtures scheduled for this coming weekend, Bendel Insurance will be up against Shooting Stars in Edo State, while Barao FC travels to play Bayelsa United that picked a point against Shooting Stars in Ibadan. Enyimba International will return home and take on Niger Tornadoes. Ikorodu City that picked a point against Kwara United will be in Lagos against El Kanemi Warriors. Kano Pillars will be up against Wiki Tourist of Bochi, while Kul Khalifa hosts Remo Stars. Nasarawa United will be up against Abia Warriors. Katsina United travels to play Plateau United, as Rivers United, after picking a point against the Remo Stars in Abeokuta, will be at home welcoming Kwara United that dropped points against Ikorodu City, while Warri Wolves host Rangers International in Edgerby. Now, let's move away from Nigerian football and talk about African football stories this morning, where Minnows Madagascar will face Morocco in the final of this year's African Nations Championship CHAN. In Tuesday's semi-finals, Madagascar defeated Sudan 1-0 after extra time to reach their first ever final, as Rakoton Diaribe was the hero of Madagascar as he netted with 4 minutes left in the second half of extra time. Madagascar even had a player sent off with 11 minutes left in the game. For Moroccans, they needed penalty shootout to defeat defending champions Senegal after extra time ended 1-1 in the second semi-final. So I think Nigeria should be happy about this result, most especially what Senegal did to Nigeria in the group stage. Let's talk about Mastanli Nwabali this morning for Nigeria Super Eagles for the World Cup qualifiers. This is a headache after getting that news yesterday. Stanley Nwabali could now miss Nigeria's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Amavubi of Rwanda and Bafana of South Africa due to injury. Nwabali was taken off in a stretcher in the 35th minute of Chippa United South Africa Premier Soccer League clash with Richard Bay on Tuesday night. The former Enyimba shotstopper now faces a race against the time to be fit for the Croatia games. Remember, the 29-year-old was named in Nigeria's 31-man provisional squad for the Croatia qualifiers by head coach Eric Schell last week. Nwabali has been Nigeria's first-choice goalkeeper since the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, where the Super Eagles finished in second position. Adebayo Adele, Amas Obasogie, and Ebenezer Harcourt are the other goalkeepers named in the squad for the games with Rwanda and South Africa. Super Eagles, three-time African champions, will begin preparation for the qualifiers next week in Uyo. The West Africans will host the Amavubi at the Gosol Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Saturday, 6th September, and will be away to Bafana of South Africa 4 days later. Now let's talk women's football. I mean, remember, it is Wednesday. I love women's football. I love women as well. Right now, it is about the N'Golo Kante in the Super Falcons squad, and that is Deborah Abiodun. Now, National Women's Soccer League NWSL club Washington Spirit have recalled Super Falcons midfielder Deborah Abiodun from her loan to Dallas Trinity FC. Abiodun returned to Washington Spirit 4 months earlier as her loan was due to expire in December. During her time with Dallas, Abiodun tallied over 750 minutes of action across 14 appearances and 8 starts. Abiodun signed with the Spirit on a 3-year contract with a 2028 option in January, beginning a professional career after 2 seasons at the University of Pittsburgh. She was named to the Super Falcons World Cup roster in 2023 and Olympics roster in 2024 before winning the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations with the side last month. Now let's talk about a lady who has been fantastic with the Super Falcons of Nigeria. That is the captain of the team. Rasheedat Ajibade is now a Parisian as she was able to join the team. Let us listen to Rasheedat Ajibade, who is now with a Paris Saint-Germain female team.
Hello, I'm Rasheedat Ajibade. I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to the season, and I can't wait to make you proud. Enjoy the season. I got to hear about this information. I've been looking forward to just make this happen. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to the season. It's a new challenge. We're usually coming into this kind of a prestigious club. It's amazing talent, amazing players, amazing people. And I mean, I've got opportunity to grow as a player and as a person, and a lot to learn. And I believe that, yeah, it's a place for me to evolve and learn as well, and become the best version of me. PSG brand is a very unique brand, I promise you, because it's a team that I've been admiring from very good distance. Yeah, I follow a lot from the men's game to the women's game as well, and it's a place where I've seen players evolve, do great things, and of course they've been competing well. Looking at the history of the club, looking at the values and the missions of the club, I think it's a very good club, and I think it's a place for a lot of young players to grow and evolve as well. So it's a very great brand. I follow the French league closely because I have my teammates also playing in the French league, so I know that it's a physical league, and of course to an extent tactical as well, and it's an interesting league, and I'm just looking forward to make a mark on the league. I think it's great, and I think the new format, it makes the game much better, and you get to see everything, and everybody have to be there to compete, because if not, if you don't get to the group stage, you're out of the game immediately. So it's gonna increase the competitive level of the game, and you get to see more teams more. Yeah. Yeah. We know very well. We know ourselves very well on the team, from the national team. I mean, I'm privileged to be the captain of the Super Falcons, so I have to relate with everybody on the team, so I get to know individually everyone. And yeah, I call her my sister because she's a very unique person, and of course, a very amazing and exceptional footballer, and of course, also a very good person to relate with. I think that would play a very major role for me to quickly get integrated into the team, because yeah, when you see your teammate and you've played a lot of time with the national team, so seeing somebody from the same country, and yeah, it helps me quickly get along on the team, and of course with the rest of the players as well.
Nice to meet you. Welcome.
PSG views in Nigeria. Well, I think it's also one of those top clubs, and of course looking at the big success story of the men's team as well, winning the Champions League. PSG also have a mark in Nigeria because of a coach with his tremendous skills and everything. So for us, it's big for us, and PSG is also part of a family back home in Nigeria because Okocha is a very big player for us and is an icon and a legend that we don't joke with him at all. So PSG in Nigeria is huge, and I think most of Nigerian players, both boys and girls, dreams to play for PSG someday.
Rashidat Ajibade speaking after moving to PSG, spoke about the relationship she's got with Jay Gini and how Austin JJ Okocha has also been a man who inspired a lot of Nigerians, also bringing PSG to the face of Nigerians. Now, moving away from that, now let's talk about Carabao Cup and look at the drama that happened yesterday. No longer news that West Ham United is out. And maybe Graham Potter will get fired or resign, looking at what happened. And one man has also come to apologize after the poor show of West Ham. Well, West Ham United captain Jared Bowen needed to be pulled away by teammates after attempting to approach fans following a 3-2 loss to Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday that continued the team's miserable start to the season. Bowen took to Instagram to apologize to West Ham's travelling fans for his post-match conduct at Molineux after he and his teammates went over to applaud them. At one stage, he appeared to point a fan and make a comment before attempting to vault the advertising board, only to be stopped by teammates. Well, if you say apologies accepted, but for some fans, they don't care. All they want is go get the result, and when you mess up, maybe that will be their exit from the team. Where the transfer window is still on, anything can happen. But let's look at fixtures of games going down today for the Carabao Cup, or call it the FL Cup. Everton will be up against Mansfield Town by 7:45 tonight. Fulham will be up against Bristol City as Brighton and Hove Albion travels to play Oxford United, and Grimsby Town hosts Manchester United. For coach Ruben Amorim, this will be a way to make a mark. Every player will have opportunity to play, maybe to also use some players for tonight's game.
Yes, we have 3 games this week. We have quality players and we need to do rotation to try to win every game. It's a normal thing that happened in other clubs. I think we were not prepared to play Europe. That is my feeling, to have strong games in Champions League and then play Premier League. We need time to develop as a team. So they just need to fight for the places, and then everything can change. Sometimes one is playing, in other moments other guys are going to play, and we have the cups, so he's going to have a lot of games for everybody.
Okay, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Maybe Manchester United will get the first win of the season tonight. Remember, yet to pick 3 points this season. Lost against Arsenal in the match day 1. Played out 1-0 against Fulham at the Craven Cottage in the Premier League. Now, cup competition. Now, going straight to Germany, we have the cup competition right there. DFB Cup. West Baden will take on Bayern Munich by 7:45 tonight. Remember, the UEFA Women's Champions League is on at the moment. Live update, 27 minutes of action. Racing FC Union Luxembourg Women is up against Ferencváros Women, and the game is goalless. More games to go down tonight. Manchester United Women will take on PSV Women by 11 o'clock, as we have Roma Women against Aktobe. More to go down. Inter Women against SK Brand Women. A lot to go down tonight, but hey, let's quickly look at transfer updates as we wrap up this morning for Lucas Vazquez. He has joined Bayer Leverkusen on the free transfer after his contract at Real Madrid expired in the summer. The 34-year-old who won the Champions League 5 times and 4 La Liga titles with Lo Blanco has signed a 2-year deal with Eric Ten Hag's side. Now, for Real Betis and Manchester United are hopeful of reaching an agreement for Brazilian winger Anthony before Monday's transfer deadline. There is confidence on both sides that a deal will materialize before the end of the window. Let us wait and see to see what happens at the end of the day. Still looking at what will happen between Ishak and Newcastle United. Liverpool still in the limbo. According to what we are getting there is a renewed bid coming for Alexander Isak. And remember, not longer news that Wolves have rejected an improved second offer worth £55 million from Newcastle for striker Jurgen Strand-Larsen. This will be the Covenant 42nd boys on the show. Well, shout out to Alpha Banishe saying good morning from Soka. Commentator Jolasho Henry, good morning to you. How you doing? Watching from Oyo. Upwards. Is it up Inter Milan or up Arsenal? Maybe you want to come back to Arsenal. All right. My name is Odadakpo. We're going to be wait and see by Fireball DML. Coming up next is From the Dailies with Comrade Adedamola Lafenwa. I could say keep doing sports and stay safe.
One man, one city, one night, one street, one journey, one dream. One chance, one opportunity.